Hi everyone, welcome to our new topic round robin tournament and congruence. We all see different tournaments being organized or held in our own country and at various places in the world. Now, tournaments need some scheduling. Do you know how matches are scheduled so that the tournament is fair? Let me tell you. For that, congruence is used. We will do this topic in two parts. In the first part, we will first define what is round robin tournament. We will also see what are the different types of round robin tournaments, what are the advantages and disadvantages, and we will do one direct method of scheduling. In the second part, then we will do two other methods and see where else round robin tournament is used in real life. So let's start with part one. Let's look at the history first. And how did the scheduling get the name round robin tournament? During the 17th century AD in England, people signed petitions in a circular or round pattern. In this way, no one appeared first and they avoided punishment. Later on, the same circular method was followed for tournaments. The name robin comes from the French word ruban, which means ribbon. In 1851, it was first applied to the International Chess Tournament and partial knockout was used. Round robin tournaments are of two types, single or double. We will first start with single round robin tournament. It's a tournament where each team plays against every other team exactly once. The team which wins the most matches is the winner. Unlike knockout, where the loser is eliminated. Round robin tournament, they have some advantages and disadvantages. Let's see the advantages first. The game is fair, everyone gets an equal chance, no elimination if one loses the match. So, what are the disadvantages? The number of matches is more, the time involved is more, and so it is avoided for quick tournaments or for the finals. It is similar to the handshake problem where each player of one team shakes hands once with the players of the other team. If there are n players, each player shakes hands with n minus 1 players, which means total handshakes will be n into n minus 1, as the handshake between players x and y and x will be counted only once. The total handshakes will be n into n minus 1 upon 2. Single round robin tournaments are best for school matches, for leagues like football, cricket, chess tournaments, badminton tournaments, etc. Some of the examples where round robin tournaments are being used is Indian Premier League, English Premier League, FIFA World Cup, etc. So, what are the formulas which are used for scheduling a round robin tournament? If there are n teams, we can represent them as vertices of a polygon. The lines joining the vertices I to j represent a game. If we take n to be 6, we draw a polygon with 6 sides. Number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we join the sides, you can see 1 to 2, 1 to 3. All these show us the games between the teams. This graph is called a complete graph. So you have seen that we can always represent the matches between the teams using a n polygon. Coming to the formula, if function fn is the number of games played by n teams, then fn is equal to f of n minus 1 plus n minus 1, where we take f1 to be 0 and n is greater than equal to 2. This is a recursive formula. If you go on expanding f of n minus 1, f of n minus 2 and all, you will get f of n is equal to n into n minus 1 upon 2, which is nothing but n2 in the binomial notation. Now, you have already seen in the handshake problem also, the total number of handshakes which you got was n into n minus 1 upon 2. It is the same as in how many ways can we choose two players from n. We know it will be n2. Congruence can be used to pair the teams for different rounds and a schedule can be formed. Before we come to the scheduling, you have to remember a few things. If n is even, each team will have a partner. If n is odd, one team will be left out and it won't be paired. So a dummy team, say X, is added. Whichever team is paired with X rests in that round. We say it gets a bye. Let's have a quick look at these formulas. Total number of rounds played is n minus 1 when n is even, n when n is odd. Total number of matches every round will be n by 2 when n is even, and n minus 1 by 2 when n is odd. Total number of byes when n is odd will be n. Let's take an example. If n is even, so number of rounds will be n minus 1, which is 5. The matches every round will be n by 2, that is 3 matches, and total number of matches will be n into n minus 1 upon 2, which is 15. What if n is 5? As it is odd, the number of rounds will be 5. Matches every round will be n minus 1 by 2, which gives us 2 matches every round, and total matches will be 10. Now let's come to scheduling, for which we have been waiting for. The first method, which we call a direct method, is very simple. We write all the teams in a row, 1, 2, 3, 4, going up to n. Next, we will fix any one of them. Here, let's say we fix 1. Then we rotate the other numbers in each round clockwise. This gives n minus 1 rows, or you can say n minus 1 rounds. So what do we mean by that? We are fixing 1. We will bring the n here, and this 2 will shift, and our last number, team number, will be n minus 1. So they are being rotated clockwise. The first pair will be formed by taking 1, the one which we have fixed, with the last one. So 1 n will be the first pair. Then we will pair 2 with n minus 1 in the same round, which gives us the second pair. So we are pairing inward. You are pairing first with the last, second with the second last, and that is how you go on. Let's take an example. What if you take n is equal to 6? Now n is even. So in the first round, we will just write all our teams in one row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We fixed 1. Now we will pair 1 and 6. So you get the first pair. You will pair inwardly. So 2 and 5, you get the second pair, 2, 5. 3 and 4, we get the third pair. So in the first round, we have 3 matches. Come to the second round. In this round, this 1 is still fixed, and we have shifted 6 from here, and we have brought it here. It shifts all of the numbers towards the right. So you have 1, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you start pairing. So now you pair. So 1 will be paired with 5, 6 will be paired with 4, 2 will be paired with 3. In the third round, we have still fixed 1. Our 5 takes the place here in place of 6, and it pushes all of the numbers towards the right. Now we pair 1, 4, 5, 3, 6, 2. So these are the 3 matches. Same way we do for round 4 and round 5, as we had value even, and you know that the number of rounds will be n minus 1, so we have 5 rounds. If you count, you can see in 5 rounds you have 15 matches in this tournament. Let us take n to be 5. As 5 is odd, we will add a 0, which is a dummy. Whichever team is paired with 0 gets a bye, and it rests. It's not playing the game. So here n was 5. We have written them first in a row, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We will now pair them inwardly. So you have 0, 5, 1, 4 and 2, 3. As 5 has 0, 5 is the team which rests in this round, and we say it gets a bye. Now fix 0. Shift all of the numbers. Bring the 5 to the place of 1, and all of the numbers have shifted. You can now pair and see that we have 0, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. As 4 has a 0, 4 gets a bye in this round. And in the same way, you can continue. Now, this is similar to putting all the teams in a circle. If n is odd, add 0. Keep one team fixed. Rotate the other teams clockwise after each round. And we will get all the pairs for each round. Let's look at this example. If we take n to be 5, as n is odd, we will add a 0. Place 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 in a circle. Now join the vertices 0, 5, 1, 4, 2, 3. So we've got these 3 pairs 0, 5, 1, 4, 2, 3. As 5 has a 0, that gets a bye. In the second round, our 5 will shift from here to this place, as 0 is fixed. So now 5 is shifting everything clockwise. So 1 comes here, 2 will come here, 3, 4. Again pair them. You see 0, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2 are the teams. 4 has a 0, so 4 gets a bye. Thank you for watching. Part 2 will be coming soon. Until then.